Mr. Brooks, not now.
Not allowed to.
Not now. The jury is in this courtroom, and you will show respect for them and for this court.
Respect for them would be
Mr. Brooks,
telling them the truth.
stop. Be reading at the appropriate time.
Come on, you can't change stuff at the last minute. You
No,
asked me
Mr.
to
Brooks,
do
I
something.
did it as a courtesy, and frankly, you're not courteous to me.
I'm not
So
even.
the
I'm
jury's
not even.
coming out.
I'm not even
The
referring
record
to
should
that.
reflect that the jury is coming out.
I'm referring to the fact that you haven't even had
Mr.
enough
Brooks,
respect to tell
please
me it's
be
been
respectful
received.
to the jury. They're coming out.
Okay, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to tell me if my ICF has been received. ICFs that you told me to submit. You told me that.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will disregard the commentary by Mr.
I
Brooks
accept for
at this
value in
point.
return for value this document. Just like you've been hiding everything from the jury that they
The
need to
jury
use.
will disregard. The court is not hiding anything from the jury.
Yeah, you are.
So,
Yeah, you
Mr.
are.
Brooks, please be respectful of the jury. They're
And
coming
you
out.
should be respectful
We
of
are.
what you asked
You are
me to
addressing
do.
issues that are not related to evidence
They
in
are.
this case.
You asked me to do
Mr.
something, I
Brooks,
do it,
please.
and
All
then
right.
now it changes.
Everyone can be seated. Thank you.
This is ridiculous. Just like subject matter jurisdiction hasn't been proved. Just like you're making judicial determinations that you don't have to prove
on.
anything by law,
Hold on.
which is a tacit agreement by you, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please disregard the statements currently
Why? 'Cause
being
it's
made
true?
by Mr. Brooks.
Why?
They
'Cause
are
it's true?
Incorrect statements of the law. They
Then
are
prove
not
that they're
evidence.
incorrect. Prove.
In this case,
Where's the proof? Your Honor, with all respect, I think the jury
Mr. Brooks, under
deserves.
90611, ask your next question, or I will determine that the cross-examination is now closed.
I'm
Keep
gonna
going.
ask, I'm gonna keep going. I just think the jury deserves to hear.
Mr.
all
Brooks,
the
I'm
testimony.
instructing you to stop making those statements. The jury will disregard. This is the cross-examination. It's not your opportunity to make legal arguments or to testify. You'll have an opportunity if you so choose to do that later.
With all respect,
Next
that is not
question.
question. The jury just deserves to know.
All right, under 90611, the cross-examination
I
will
still
be
have
determined.
Let's
Yes.
see what y'all
Just
trying
one?
to do.
Nada más una cirugía.
Trying to get here.
Dos. Two.
That's not gonna work either.
Mr. Brooks, you are
Brooks.
advised to stop with the commentary.
No, I'm gonna say what I want.
You
to say.
called this witness. I'm going to take a break right now and excuse the jury and this witness.
All right.
What you doing is judicial misconduct. Judicial misconduct. But you don't want the jury to hear the truth. That's not fair to the jury. They have a right to hear everything. Not finna sit here and let you fix the trial because you don't want to tell the truth to the jury.
Mr. Brooks, please stop.
No, there ain't no please.
You are
nothing.
being disruptive.
Ain't
You
no
are being
please, nigga.
disrespectful.
You always
The
gonna
witness
find
may
some
step
reason to
down.
say somebody's being disruptive because they want the truth to be out there. Man, quit it.
Please, the jury's coming out. I know what you're doing, but just, I've already addressed that.
So is that a judicial determination that you're making?
My decision on the record stands, sir.
And I would like the record to reflect that you have not shown verified proof of subject matter jurisdiction whatsoever. And that by refusing to answer, that is a tacit agreement by you, Your Honor, which you understand what that means. I know you do.
Mr. Brooks, I have not entered into any such agreement, and because the jury is out and you are claiming that there's some issue, I'm going to take this up later, but I will entertain a request from the state for a curative jury instruction. All right, thank you, everyone. You may be seated, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Still not addressed. There's still been no proof to anything that you said, anything that the prosecution has, because there's no verified proof.
There does not need to be, sir. All right, I
does
believe the
need to
jury
be.
is coming out. Is that true, Madam
In order for a case to,
All right. The
To
record
go
should
on, there should
reflect
be
that
proof.
the jury is coming out, and we are about to continue with the state's next
not
witness.
once was the plaintiff addressed. That wasn't addressed. Where's the plaintiff? Where's the injured party? That's because
The jury will disregard the statements presently being made by the defendant.
because y'all don't want the jury to know the truth.
The jury will disregard those statements
I understand.
made by the defendant.
I see.
It is not his opportunity to testify.
I see what's
They are
going on.
comments, and as such are to be disregarded.
I see what's going on. Ain't gonna work.
All right. Thank you, everyone. You may be seated.
It's not gonna work. I respect that. Jury deserves to know, though.
Jury will disregard the last statement made by Mr. Brooks. It's not his time to testify. Comments made by the parties or attorneys are not evidence. All right, good morning, everyone. I will get started. I will call State of Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks, case number.
Have you ever at any time had any interaction with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Reason for the sustain, Your Honor?
Vague. Relevance. Unless it's self-evident to the court. It's sustained. Next question.
On what grounds, Your Honor?
I continue.
All right, is that a legal determination that you don't have to give me the grounds for the overrule as I have objected on the
Mr.
record?
Brooks?
I'm sorry.
Grounds. Are you aware of anyone bringing any claims or suits?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained. You don't have to answer that.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor?
Next question, please.
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor?
Answer.
Grounds.
Overruled. She may answer.
Any video from the alleged incident on November 20th?
Sustained.
Grounds.
Objection. Relevant.
Grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor?
Next question, Mr. Brooks.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor?
Ask your next question, please.
I am. I just want to know the grounds, just for the record, the grounds for the sustain.
Ask your next question.
Your Honor, the grounds should be put on the record.
Ask your next question. I'll address this all at the next break outside the presence of the jury. Ask your next question.
Grounds. Did they ever identify to you as being the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained. Next question.
Do you recall ever being told that there was a plaintiff in this matter? I think probably a little explanation is needed. Are you aware what a plaintiff is? You are not aware of any plaintiff in this matter, correct? Did Attorney Opper ever state that she was the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection. Relevant.
Sustained. You do not have to answer that question.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor?
You may ask your next question.
Were you ever made aware of the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevant.
Have you ever seen the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection. Relevant.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Reason for the sustain, Your Honor?
Same as before.
For the record, I respectfully reject that ruling and take exception to that ruling. Okay, with all due respect.
And we are
Don't
going
have
to
legal
continue
proof.
with testimony, Mr. Brooks. I warn you,
I
do
don't-
not interrupt.
I
or
don't
we
identify
will
by
have
that
a
name.
discussion about whether you will continue to be here.
I don't
All right.
consent to being called that name for the record.
Detective.
I do not consent to being called that name, nor do I agree to being called that name. I do not consent to that name, or nor do I know any individual by that name. So why would you meet up with the alleged defendant that day? Is it fair to say that the detainee could have been, you could have made sure the suspect was contained?
You were contained initially at the substation, Mr. Brooks, but you requested medical transport, so you were transported. So what I'm explaining to you in my prior testimony is I didn't know at that point if you'd end up going straight to the county jail or what have you. Every transport, as I stated in my earlier testimony, there is a risk. There is a danger. It's not just personal to you, it's any prisoner. So the decision was made to start the interview there based on not knowing where you'd end up for sure, not having all the information, that we weren't going to take the risk of an extra potentially unnecessary transport back to that facility. You couldn't be held there. You couldn't be held at the facility. There's no beds.
Finding the phone. Did you ever find the phone of the detainee?
Mr. Brooks, please, before the next witness comes in, if my ladies and gentlemen of the jury want to take a quick moment to stand.
Protocols were previously provided to the defense.
All right, we'll still make copies. About 15 minutes. All rise for the jury. We are in recess.
Did the driver of the SUV
Objection. Asked the form of that already and answered.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Objection. Speculative.
Overruled.
Objection. Speculative.
Overruled.
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Objection. Leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer. Charges?
No.
Objection. Relevancy.
It's overruled.
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name.
Noted. Overruled. You may answer the question.
Testified to that died
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled.
on the vehicle.
Objection. Relevancy.
Your objection's noted. It's overruled.
Objection. Asked and answered.
Overruled.
Surgery on that leg.
Objection. Leading.
Overruled.
For the jury.
Objection.
Overruled. Exhibit 50.
Objection. Irrelevant.
Overruled.
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled. You may answer.
Grounds. Objection.
Overruled.
Grounds. Objection. And we have yet to see what's being talked about being shown. Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
The object. Objection. Irrelevant.
Overruled. You may answer. Anything, Mr. Brooks?
Objection. Hearsay. How is everybody seeing the videos before seeing them now?
You can ask that on cross-exam, sir. But the foundation has been laid, and Exhibit 25 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Objection. Hearsay.
Exhibit 27 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Objection. Hearsay.
It's not hearsay. It's overruled. He may answer.
The external injuries were. Would that be a correct
Objection.
statement?
Relevancy.
Overruled.
State months ago.
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled.
Recognize those people?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.